motion, we have already studied that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So applying that concept, that is FAB is equal to minus FBA, we have to prove the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, so first we should write principle of conservation of linear momentum. Principle of conservation of linear momentum. So first we should write the statement. If no external force acts on a system, the total linear momentum of the system remains conserved or constant. So, in absence of an external force, the total linear momentum of the system remains constant always. So, if we have a system, then total momentum remains constant always. Okay? So, we have to prove this applying Newton's third law of motion, taking the example of collision between the two bodies. Okay? Now it's proof. So, we have two bodies, A moving in this direction with velocity u1. We have another body, B, moving in this direction with u2 on the same line. And if u1 is greater than u2, the velocity of A is more than velocity of B, then what happens? If both are moving on the same line, there will be a collision. A and B now collide. Collision. So before collision, this is the situation of collision. Then what actually happens during the collision? A gives action to B and B gives reaction to A. FAB and FBA. So A hits B, that is action, but at the same time B hits A, that is reaction. So for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and the process, and then they are separated from each other, and if they are moving with new velocities v1 and v2, A, and suppose mass of A is m1, mass of B is m2, m1, this is after collision, and time of impact is t, time of impact. The whole story is now very much clear. So we have two bodies A and B, they are moving on the same line, and the velocity of A u1 is more than the velocity of B, that is u2. So naturally, if A moves faster than B, ultimately they hits. Then there is collision, and after collision they are separated and moving with different velocities v1 and v2. So this is the whole story. total momentum before collision. Total momentum before collision is momentum of A, that is m1 u1, momentum of B, that is m2 u2, and total momentum after collision is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Right? We have to prove that m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. If we prove this, that total momentum before collision is equal to total momentum after collision, then our principle of conservation is verified. Right? So we have to use Newton's third law of motion to prove this one. Okay. Now think action FAB is action by A to B. Right? So if A hits B, the change in momentum takes place in B because of A. A ने धक्का मारा B को, तो मोमेंटम किसका चेंज होगा? B का. So B का rate of change of momentum is actually action by A, right? So B का मोमेंटम कितना था पहले? It was m2 u2. अब कितना है? m2 v2. Then what is the change in momentum? It is m2 v2 minus m2 u2 upon t. This is your question. And now FBA, reaction by B to A. ठीक है? तो A ने मारा B को धक्का, तो B में मोमेंटम चेंज हुआ, लेकिन B ने मारा A को धक्का, तो A के मोमेंटम में भी चेंज हुआ. सो रिएक्शन को हम मेजर करेंगे बाय चेंज इन मोमेंटम ऑफ A, और एक्शन को मेजर करेंगे बाय चेंज इन मोमेंटम ऑफ B. राइट? इस बात को ध्यान में रखना है. And what was the momentum before collision of A? It was m1 u1. What is the momentum after collision of A? It is m1 v1. Then what is the rate of change of momentum? m1 v1 minus m1 u1 upon b. So we know action and reaction, and applying third law. Third law of motion. Applying third law of motion, we can write FAB is minus FBA. So put the values. M2 V2 minus M1 M2 U2 upon T is equal to minus M1 V1 minus M1 U1 upon T. So T cancels T. Now this minus can be used inside the bracket. So this is M2 V2 minus M2 U2 is equal to minus M1 V1 plus M1 U1. Now this minus sign, M1 V1 with minus sign comes to left hand side, and M2 U2 with minus sign goes to the right hand side. So we can write M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to M1 U1 plus M2 U1. This is total momentum after collision, total momentum before collision. Total momentum after collision is equal to total momentum before collision. Right? So this proves the principle of conservation of linear momentum. So this is the proof. So this again is very important for your exam purpose. State principle of conservation of linear momentum and prove it by using Newton's third law of motion. So this is a long answer type of question of 3 marks or sometimes 5 marks. Now again one more example is there in your textbook, that is recoil of gun. So when we fire by a gun, the gun moves back. So moving back of a gun when it is fired is called recoiling of a gun. So we can say when a bullet is fired, the gun moves backward. This is known as recoil of gun, right? And we can explain using Newton's third law of motion. So recoil of gun can be explained by principle of conservation of linear momentum. Right? And that is actually by third law. Third law can be used to prove this principle of conservation of linear momentum, and that can be used to explain the recoil of gun. So now, suppose we have a gun and we have a bullet inside. So small m is mass of bullet and capital M is mass of gun. Okay. Now the gun is having bullet inside it, but there is no firing. So both bullet and gun are in the state of rest. So there is no momentum before firing. It is kept in your hand only. So before firing, total momentum of gun and bullet is 0. Okay, now after firing what happens? So when bullet is fired, then if small v is velocity of bullet and capital V is velocity of gun. So bullet moves in this direction, small v, and gun moves in this direction with capital V. Right? So if v is velocity of gun, then what is the total momentum? Total momentum after firing. So total momentum after firing, it is mv plus mv. So before it is 0, after it is mv plus mv. Capital M, capital V plus small m, small v. Now applying principle of conservation. So by principle of conservation of linear momentum, this 0 is equal to mv plus mv. So mv is equal to minus mv. So v is equal to minus mv upon capital M. So minus sign shows, negative sign shows that the gun moves backward. That is recoil. So we have the recoil of gun also, and that can be explained by using principle of conservation of linear momentum. So I think this completes your chapter force and Newton's laws of motion. But there are many problems in your textbook. So after completing this, you all have to solve your textbook problems, the solved as well as unsolved. And if you are getting any difficulty in any question, you are free to ask me through my personal WhatsApp number. Okay? So thank you and have a nice day.